Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Evan and welcome to the Cartoon Block. Today I'm going to show you guys how to draw the Hulk. Real quick, I wanted to thank everyone who supported my hardcover sketchbook. If you missed it, you can order the iPad or smartphone version here. Thanks a lot. And let's start tackling Hulk now. We're going to begin by drawing a circle, which will be a sphere. And you're going to lightly put down a vertical center line closer to the left side, and with these three horizontal lines to indicate his eyes, nose, and mouth guidelines. And just loosely take your time, no rush. Once you get these guidelines in here, it will make it easier for you to put in his facial features. So now we're going to add in the outer contour of his cheeks, jaw line, and add in a few more guidelines in here, and just be real loose and sketchy with it. No need to be, put down super defined lines, because you just want to keep something loose and sketchy until you get the lines that you like. It's almost like sculpting. A sculptor will slowly chip away certain parts and keep in certain parts. Well, I guess you can't keep it in. You'll slowly chip away certain pieces that are no longer necessary. Now we're going to add in some detail of his mouth, having his teeth clenched, and they kind of go over the contour of that sphere that we drew earlier. They go around the ball. And always think of his head as a sphere, a ball, and it has dimension. And for his nose, I use my own nose as reference. So when you don't have any reference that you can find online, always use your own body yourself. Hopefully you guys didn't see too many nose hairs that I have. And for his eyebrows, be sure that you follow the guidelines that we drew earlier. Everything should go against those guidelines. Make sure that they're all in the proper perspective, because we're going to have this kind of upshot on Hulk. And his eyes will come in next. Just small slits, small little trapezoid, diamond shaped. And give him tiny pupils in there. And you can pull any reference online to get details for Hulk's face. And now for the details of his ear, once again, I use my own ear as reference. Always use the materials that you have at hand. Reference, drawing tools. No one has everything the exact same reference that they need or require for their drawing. You don't have that all the time, nor do you have access to it all the time. So just use what you have. If you have a little brother or a sister, or your dad or your friend, somebody, your boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, ask someone to pose for you for a temporarily short period of time. Or in this day and age, we all have smartphones. Your smartphone is a great tool to use. You can ask someone to pose in a particular way, take a quick picture of it, and there you have it. Now moving down to his neck area, we're going to give him a massive mountain-like neck with his sternomastoid muscle that he has coming down, and just simply exaggerate it. Now moving on to my HB pencil, and we're going to go over the clean lines that we want to keep. So sometimes I go back in and erase my sketchy lines. And sometimes I just skip it and just go with a darker pencil, and to accentuate the permanent lines that we want to keep in the drawing. And you just go over it, take your time, there's no rush, and work your way down. Always kind of start, if you're right-handed, always kind of start on the left side of the drawing, in the uppermost corner on the left side, and then gradually work your way down to the lower right side and bottom of the drawing. Otherwise, you will go over and smear your pencils. The cool erase pencils don't smear hardly at all, and that's why I like to use them to sketch with. But when you go back and put your darker lines in with these HB drawing pencils, they do smear. So you want to be careful of that. And we're going to darken in the outline of his mouth, putting in some of his teeth detail. And if you don't know how the teeth look at your own teeth. Use your own body or your, once again, family and friends. Use them as reference. And they can pose in a particular angle, the exact angle that you need to give you what you want. And you simply exaggerate the features to fit whatever character that you're drawing. And it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to put some more details in his ear. And then start putting in some veins for his neck muscle. I'm just going to quickly jot those down there. And put a few more details or darker lines to indicate his Adam's apple. And go back up top and throw in some hair outlines. And Hulk has had many different hairstyles. Just draw messy, and there really are no rules for it. He just doesn't have long hair. And if he does, it's a one-off story that someone drew in there for a short period of time. But he just has messy hair. And it can go in any direction. And it does go in any direction, in all directions. But you do want to make sure it kind of has some kind of flow to indicate movement, that he's moving in a particular direction. So don't just draw anything. So it's kind of a balance between drawing messy hair and smooth hair that flows to give the drawing some kind of dynamic posing. I'm going to erase some more of my older lines here and darken in the permanent ones. And I kind of forgot to draw in his hair when I had the red pencil and sketching it out. Oh well, better late than never. So that was my fault. And we all make mistakes in art, don't we?